Hi, I'd like to give a shout out to the people who gave me likes. Obviously there was an interest in the videos I uploaded and what I had to say, and also thanks to the subscriber who I just received. Thank you very much for that. You're much appreciated. Yeah, I've got this new angle, I've got this new idea and new approach in mind, but I'm first reminded of when I watched this video on YouTube, Dawn of Civilization Encyclopedia Hermetica, a big history part 1. This guy inspired me to ask a question, which I did so below, somewhere down here. Here we go. I'll highlight it and then I'll use this text reader to text-to-speech reader so you can hear it. What I asked him.
The beginning statement at 2:02 is almost word for word in Bernstein's Timetables of History, -2500 to -2001, B. Literature, Theatre, page 2, the Egyptian calendar, regulated by sun and moon. 360 days basis, divided up into 12 months of 30 days each. Was it left or given them by the Sumerians, who appeared to have left a style of writing in Egypt where they later replaced it? The first libraries in Egypt script changes from Sumerian style, horizontal, left to right, to Semitic, vertical, right to left, source. The Timetables of History, 3rd revised edition by Bernard Grun, based on Bernstein's Kulturfahr plan, -2500 -2001, B. Literature, Theatre. Page 2. First year of Jewish calendar 3760 BC. Disastrous flood in Mesopotamian regions. It's like this guy is reading and affirming what's been written in the Timetables of History, 3rd revised edition by Bernard Grun.
Yeah, so asking that question, the video uploader, the modern hermeticist, gave me a nice answer. He said, yes, it's cited in the biblio. The first part of this series is based closely on those tables. I'm assuming he's talking about based on Bernstein's Kulturfahr plan, Timetables of History. He also made a statement in his video about history.
Today we're going to discuss a particularly favorite topic of mine, and that will be sort of a big history of the ancient world. So what I like to do in this presentation is give a really big scope. So we're going to travel kind of all over the place, all throughout the world, and get, a vision of history in a broad stroke. So let's begin. The earliest that I can begin, because of the nature of the term history, which is not, the events themselves that happened, but the story of those events. Because of this, we can't go really any further back than about 5000 BC, because we just don't have any records or inscriptions or even archaeological evidence to give us a vision of history in any accurate sense. Now, I know there's a lot of occult archaeologists and alternative archaeologists, people like Graham Hancock or Randall Carlson, and these people, John Anthony West, and my work isn't going to necessarily contradict what they say. I have no intention to. I wasn't there, I just don't know. But for all intents and purposes, we're going to start around the year 5000 and very rapidly shuffle on down the years. as the years progress, the frequency at which events happen will begin to increase. So, let's begin. The Egyptian calendar, which...
Yeah, see, he gives a statement there about history, that you can only go back 5,000 years because they don't have the records, the archaeological records beyond that. I know that there's a temple was discovered a few years back, the world's oldest temple, Göbekli Tepe, supposedly over 10,000 years old, with the strange icons on those tall stones and circles or whatever they found. Yeah, interesting stuff. But yeah, as he was saying, like, his part of his source that he was referring to was the timetables of history by Bernard Grun, based upon Bernstein's culture populating, and that means I'll get to what it means. Okay, inside the book, there's a publisher's note, and it states the timetables of history is a direct translation of much of the material that appears in the original great work on which it is based. Culture Fahrplan, the cultural timetables in German, from German to English. A spectacular success in Germany ever since its creator, Bernstein, produced it in 1946. In the intervening years between then and now, it has been updated several times, and in its various editions has sold in the millions of copies. Obviously, an English language version of this fascinating and prestigious work was eminently desirable, but for more than 20 years the difficulties appeared to be so great as to make a translation impracticable, both from an editorial and an economic standpoint. Fortunately, in the late 1960s, a man emerged who was not only eager to tackle the task, but ideally equipped to accomplish it. Bernard Grun, born in the Czech part of the old Austro-Hungarian monarchy and educated in law and philosophy at the universities of Prague and Vienna, had by then been settled in London for decades. An eminent musicologist, he was almost as well known as a historian with an encyclopedic talent and turn of mind. Completely bilingual in German and English, he could translate, delete, revise, and add fresh material, so that a new volume would emerge that would be a pertinent and useful one for the English language reading public. Additionally, to make sure that sufficient emphasis was given to American topics, the manuscript was then turned over to an American scholar, Wallace Brockway, whose authority and experience both in history and in compiling encyclopedic works were very similar to Mr. Grun's. Sadly, after several years of working on the project, both men died before the first edition of this book could be printed and published, and this was a source of deep regret to all of us. We are grateful to a number of people for their help in checking, rounding off, updating and completing what had been left unfinished, and in this connection acknowledgements are due to, he goes on mentioning several names. Special acknowledgements go to, again, certain people, and it's Lawrence Udang and his firm, who did a superb job for the first two editions at the Market House Books, who saw to the complete expanding of this new updated edition. Peter Schwed. Okay, and he's got a foreword for Daniel J. Borstein. And I thought with this new angle, with this new idea, I'd start, at 5,000 BC, right? That's a good starting point in these timetables. Okay, that's actually blank, so I jumped down to 3 columns on page 2 under A, History and Politics, and like the Genesis account, where it states, the text states that men gathered in one place, a desert region named Shinar. Well, actually in the Bible, in Genesis it might say Suma, S-U-M-E-R. They gathered there, and they said, let's band together and create a great tower, try to reach the heavens, try to reach the gods, unless we become dispersed across the whole world, right? So they're building this tower, really, really high tower, trying to reach the gods, and apparently God came down and dwelt amongst them, and says, look what they can do. Okay, let's confuse them by giving them different languages, right? They won't be able to understand each other, and then we'll disperse them all over the earth, right? So he did that. Okay. Yeah, and here at minus 3000 to minus 2501, in the same column, A, history politics, it has Semitic tribes occupy Assyria and northern part of the plain of Shinar and Akkad. So yeah, it matches with the Genesis account there. Okay, it was in the region of Assyria. Okay, it was in Assyrian land, but on Assyrian land. But the Assyrians didn't attack them, didn't invade them yet, right? They invaded later on, and slowly the Sumerians faded out, died out, and then the Akkadians, they faded and died out, and then you had the Babylonians, and history went on from there. Okay, it's saying here in the second column, B, literature, theatre, Sumerian wedge-shaped cuneiform writing, the earliest known. Sumerian writing done on clay tablets shows about 2,000 pictographs, signs, earliest Babylonian omen tablets. Okay, Sumerian cuneiform writings reduces pictographs still in use to about 550. The first libraries in Egypt, script changed from Sumerian style horizontal left to right to Semitic style vertical right to left. Yeah, interesting, very interesting. Yeah, so I thought I'd start from 5000 BC, right? And I remember I have a whole lot of Sumerian Anunnaki ebooks on USB and on disc, and I just remove this for a second. It's me when I was younger, pretty handsome, eh? Someone said I look like Neo of the Matrix. Yeah, right. Okay, so I found this book, this ebook, in one of the USBs I have. Right? It's called the Religion of Annunaki. I know Anu is a god. Anu is a god. I can't remember what Naki is. Maybe that's the people of Anu. Yeah. And found this ebook again called the Religion of Annunaki. Right. Okay. Back to the very beginning. Okay, there's the front page, first page, alpha. Right. I think this is rereading. I think this is a alien initiation book. Yeah. Okay. Pretty blank. Okay. Here's the content page. Testimony: the alien race, the power of history, shadow of the dream, reprogramming, one step further, alien DNA, etc., etc. Testimony: in this web called world, we gave you life and birth and death and resurrection. We even gave you the choice to believe. I think this might be the aliens speaking to Homo sapiens. We are the access in a world of reincarnation. Homo sapiens are genetically programmed to be slaves, and you as aliens are the ruling body of the Homo sapiens race. The ruling body of mankind changed many names through history. Yeah, so this is basically what I can gather is an alien initiation book. What it takes to be an alien. Let it be known that there exists unknown to the Homo sapiens eye the most ancient religion, the purpose of which is to reunite individuals that are from the divine alien race. Naos religion existed through the most remote times, and it has manifested its activity secretly, opening the world in many forms. Naos is the body of adepts that possess the secret knowledge of the alien gods and all existing aliens. Every rite and ceremony is performed only to serve us. The eye of the pyramid is the vortex from which nothing escapes. Read between the lines, the world is an illusion. Well, here's the alien race, the true identity of aliens. And it states Homo sapiens. Science declares that Homo sapiens belong to the Homo sapiens species. A brief definition of both words Homo and sapiens shall give the true identity of the Homo sapiens being and of the alien as well. The word Homo derives from the Greek word homogeneous, that means the same as, an average. The word sapient derives from the Latin word sapienta, that means understanding and wisdom in an ironic way. Furthermore, sap means weak and slimness. Therefore, Homo sapiens is defined as an undistinguishable hominid. What was that? Homid. I'm sure it's hominid. Species. Its members would act in the same manner and think the same self-deceiving thoughts relating to each other through a veil of deception within a limited field of conscious response and conditioned reflexes, rather like sheep. It seems that Homo sapiens will never be anything other than what the word defines. Okay, so what I would do, okay, you could use my Dianetics video, the science of mental health, the important note, which is basically a study help, you know, so you can fully understand what's written in these books, or any books, right, and not have any misunderstoods or misunderstandings. These are words that you don't have a definition for. Like, you go through it and you get bored, tired, you want to give up studying, it doesn't make sense to you and all that sort of stuff. It's because somewhere in there was a word that you didn't have a definition for, right? So it became a misunderstood, right? So you've got to go get it cleared up using a dictionary of 3 definitions, you know, and then use like objects, toys, do a bit of a role play, find out which meaning, which definition fits the sentence, right? Okay, and then you'll, you know, fully understand it, you know, once you find the proper meaning which fits the sentence, applies to that sentence. See, because that way you can fully understand what's being written and what's the writer is trying to get across to you, potential reader. Yeah, so what you could do is, where it says here, because this could have been written by some, you know, guy making up that it's an alien book, initiation book, when it's just some guy, you know, from home writing a funny alien book trying to make money or something, you know, a wacky alien book, and then creates a cult and then everyone drinks the Kool-Aid, yeah, because he's a crazy guru. So what you could probably do is you could go define the word homo to see if it actually is derived from the Greek word homogeneous or homogenos, that means the same. So we could do that. Was it the word homo? Okay, let's go. Homo definition. Okay, define homo. Homo definition of homo. Any of a genus Homo of hominids that includes modern humans. Homo sapiens and several extinct related species such as H. erectus and H. habilis. Homo erectus and Homo habilis. Okay. Homo definition, a combining form appearing in loanwords from the Greek where it means same. Homology. On this model, used in the formation of compound words, homomorphic. Okay, so that verifies that what was said here. The word homo derives from the Greek word homogeneous, that means the same as an average, right? So you could also go and okay, let's do this. Find the etymology of homo, the word homo. Okay, origin and meaning of prefix homo. It's etymonline.com. That'll be a etymology website, meaning same, the same, equal, like, opposed to hetero, from Greek homos, one and the same, also belonging to two or more. See more definitions. Okay. Yeah, it's always best to find the etymology, the origin of the word, and the definition. So you get the exact meaning, because some people give you a meaning of a word and it's not even, they got it completely wrong. And then with the etymology, you know where it originates from, be it Old French, Old Latin, Greek, Hebrew. Homo 1. Before vowels, hom, word forming element meaning same, the same, equal, like, opposed to hetero, from Greek homos, one and the same. Okay, here's another version. Word forming elemental means homosexual, constructed since the early 20th century from homosexual, etc., etc. But the one that applies here is this one, from the Greek homos, one and the same. See? Because then it matches what was being said here. You see? So you got to do all this like research and study, and weigh up the pros and cons, because as I said before, it could be some crackpot wacko, making up an alien initiation book because he's going to sell it online, publish it, sell it online and make money. Just never know. Okay. There's probably lots and lots more information on this. In this, abductions are metaphorical masterworks of the aliens to implant memories of biological experiments to the Homo sapiens hybrid to belief. The alien race has chosen several Homo sapiens beings to be abducted for the purpose of spreading the myth and provoking mass hysteria or creating powerful religious images such as Virgin Mary's conception of Jesus by the Holy Spirit. Demigods existed in ancient Greek. They were hominids that had the same characteristics of God and man. They were worshipped because of their glorious achievements known as labours of true kings of power and conquerors. It's not a twist of fate that Socrates defined the demigods as daemons. In time, conquerors were worshipped as true gods among men. Alexander the Great was one of them. He was only a Homo sapiens, and due to his ability to conquer, he developed a godly attitude. His immortal spirit shall remain forever in the souls of men. It's the most brilliant case of supreme conquerism. Thus, conquerism is the key to unlock immortality. Through history and time, only those who completed their goal gained true power, the power to be influenced upon the minds of others. Okay. Interesting stuff. Most Homo sapiens falsely believe that they possess a charisma from birth that makes them very important to connect as an influential factor upon their social group. This false sense of pride weakens their judgment. The divine art of the aliens is conquerism. Yeah, as I said, you have to weigh up the pros and cons, before you drink the Kool-Aid. You get sucked into some alien cult, run by men with a hidden agenda. They want all your money, or whatever they come up with, some mad guru, like I showed in one of my other videos. I think it's the guy's like cross-eyed, wacky. Yeah, best to play it safe. The most common definition of reality is what the eyes see. However, the Homo sapiens eye does not have the vision of a microscopic device. Reprogramming. You are influenced by external elements. Your whole life is based upon a specific schedule. The alien gods have constructed outer factors to make the Homo sapien being think less and serve more. Because that's what he's basically created for. Was a slave. To go down the holes, get the gold for them, so they can save their planet, which had a gold aura around it, like ozone layer, right? And it was depleting. So they had to get some gold, somehow sprinkle it around the planet to save the planet, or else it'll be a dead planet. Everybody on it will be dead. Yeah, as far as I can remember from these mythical stories. You are what you are not what you have to be. Yeah, definitely an alien initiation book. So if you like this new twist, this new angle that I've taken, look at this. Remember that the great alien Pharaoh lived more than 200 years in his earthly existence. You'd think that aliens would know, understand ancient Kemet, Tamray, or the language they used, right? And know that he wasn't a pharaoh, because apparently that means, in ancient Kemet, that meant house, right? So the great alien was a house? I don't think so. But yeah, you go check it out for yourself. There's some people online who on YouTube and who actually get into the ancient Kemet or Egyptian religion, and they know how to read the Metuneta, something like that. Metuneter, Metuneta. Yeah, and they'll probably tell you, no, Pharaoh was a house. He's not a king, right? He's just basically he's a king. Yeah, not a house. And usually the woman was the queen, and she chose the king. She chose the man who'd sit beside her on the throne. Yeah, go check those guys out. They seem to know a lot about that ancient Kemet, ancient Egypt religion. Scientists have discovered that the Homo sapien body is constructed to last more than 150 years, but there are always external factors that make life last less. Bad habits such as smoking, drinking alcohol, and anti-hygiene are not the only reason for dying at the age of 80. The most significant reason for this is the psychology and way of thinking of the mortal. The Homo sapien being is taught that lifespan of an average Homo sapien is around 70 to 80 years. This is one answer for the question of aging, meaning that the Homo sapiens being is forced to think and act according to what he has learned from external factors. In plain speech, everybody else is doing it, so should you. So yeah, they're telling you you're being controlled, you've been told what to think, how to think, Imagine for instance that an individual is raised with the idea that he will die at the age of 180, and he is not influenced by any other external elements like the death of others. This hybrid will manipulate his lifespan psychosynthesis and will live longer, as he was made to live. The same basic concept of re-identification goes with any idea or principle that has been taught by others or been experienced by the individual standards. Again, it goes on and on and on. I'll end here. I might just give 20 minutes worth each video, cut it down from 2 hours, endless 2 hours, to 20 minutes per video. Yeah, so if you like this, please give me your likes, make your comments, which will in turn inspire me to do more videos. If we can reach 100 subscribers, yeah, I'll be chuffed and so grateful. So we'll aim for that, so yeah, if you really like it and you want to know more, you want more, me covering other ebooks I've got of the Anunnaki, well then I'll make more videos. Tell me, you want to see more, and I'll make more videos just for you.